Hey, everybody. Let's take a look at our learning check for today, which is 9/9/21 or September the 9th, 2021. This is a learning check, which means that if you are not here today, you do need to do this. You do need to make this up. This is what we will be working on in class today. But again, if you are not with us, you do need to make this up. What we are going to be looking at is an analysis of the setting and the imagery that we see in the text. The thing about this in this text is that setting is really one of the characters of this story. If you think of it as why does this wanderer hiker guy die? It's because the elements work against him. Now, he makes a lot of bad choices, true. But if the setting wasn't the way it was, would it really have come out that way, right? And we really talk about if you really did a deep dive into this, we really would talk about the fact that the setting is almost another character and is the conflict that drives this story. What we are going to look at today is I've got three pictures here on this form. These are winter scenes from the Yukon. Now, the story was set in the Arctic Yukon. These are all pictures that were come from the Yukon. And you're going to choose one of these three that you think is a really good visual representation of the setting of the story. So down here in this pre-writing chart, which image, you're going to put the number here. Which feature do you see in the picture that you could see or imagine in that story? So when you look at this, what is something that you see in this picture? For instance, if you pick number 3, that you thought that you saw in the story, it mentioned, it referenced, it even kind of alluded to. We want to be able to see which of these pictures, what in that picture really drew you in as an example. What is a line of text that you think points to it? So then we're going to go back and look for that. Remember, evidence right from the text. So you're going to be able to go back to the text and say, in this part it talked about. That's why I picked this one. And then down here, this last question I think is really important here for understanding this, because what is something in the picture that might not be in the story? For instance, when you look at this picture, and again, I'm just using this one as an example, okay? Is there something in here that isn't supported by the text? Even though this is in the Yukon, this picture was taken in the Arctic Yukon, it may not be in the part that the story took place, okay? And so all three of these pictures have something wrong with them. There is something in each of these three pictures that I'm not going to say is wrong, but isn't directly supported with the text. And then you're going to write your TPACK, write your constructor response in the TPACK model down here. Okay. Right below this, then, you also have the sentence starter chart to help you write this. Now, when you think about your answer here, when you're doing the constructor response, the first sentence, the topic, okay, I believe that picture number, whatever, is the best visual representation of the setting of the story. It really can be that simple and that straightforward. You could almost use those words. Then, in your example, pull something from the picture and pull that line from the text. And as you do the example and the paraphrase, explain what you see and how those two go together. Now, the analysis piece, then, you're going to really kind of have to stretch this one a little bit, because again, all these pictures are close. All of them have examples or elements that are true or are supported in the text, but some of them are not. And which of these pictures do you think is best? Why do you think this is the best one? Okay. What makes this the best image for you to use? That's going to be a little bit of a challenge, and you really need to think about that. The concluding sentence could be what was wrong with the picture. It could be why you believe, what makes this a good visual representation for you. It could be like, does it help you see the story any differently? So that concluding is kind of where you put your spin on it on the end. Okay. So please reach out if you have any questions. If you don't know how to do this or you get stuck, please reach out. Make sure that you get that help and clarification. And we look forward to reading your responses.